And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray, and just me today. If you are wondering why it's just me today, it's because I fucked up. What do you mean? But what do you mean you fucked up? Well, I was after the after party that me and father just did, and it was a good after party. I feel like it was a real sweet video. I realized something that when I went on there, not even just there, I just watched one of my old videos because on my second channel, Thoughts of Oskino Fly, is where I usually put some of my just random thoughts on if I want to talk about stuff. And sometimes the things I want to talk about, the other people don't want to talk about, and I don't want to force them to talk about something they don't want to talk about. Because usually I have a set of things that we talk about. A lot of people say, "Okay, cool." Um, some of them they're just like iffy, so I just write, "Do you care?" And some of them care, some of them not. Sometimes I'll have a list of "Do you cares" and we turn it all into motherfucking segments. I have that. I've done that. But anyway, but some of the stuff where I feel like they don't care about, I just usually dump it on my second channel because it gives us something to talk about. And plus, I talk a lot, especially to myself. Now, what I'm saying is, during the after party, it was a great after party, and Fada really carried that after party. Um, so I go to one of my videos, and I realize something. Y'all don't hear it? You know why? Because my dumbass forgot to check my mic. When I realized it didn't check my mic, and I realized this was happening to like past um three thoughts that I was gonna put on my channel, and it was just like I was talking to each of them, and each of them was like 15 minutes long. So you would think it. I was like, I'm having all these content that I was just gonna work on, and I realized that, oh shit, I'm not. You can't hear me because my mic is off. Now, if you're wondering why didn't you check your mic, I did, but there are some times where my mic will like fuck itself up to where now. If you're looking right now, as I'm speaking, you can see my mic is on. So if you're wondering how do you know your mic is on now, it's right here. I done checked it. I done checked it before, and usually when I see this moving, I know my mic is on. I was being late. My dumb ass didn't even really catch that. So in the after party, you're not gonna hear me. You're gonna hear Fada. You're gonna hear the video. You're just not gonna hear me. And there's some stuff that I talk about. So like and this happened before. So what I'm gonna do on that video is I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to chop up some of those videos and then because Fada was saying some integral shit and I don't want to waste Fada's words. But I will probably throw my thoughts on there because I was saying some shit too, but Father was really, like I said, Father really carried this show. So I'm gonna make sure Father, when I edit it, is just like you're going to hear Father because again, that was the one he recommended, and I wanted to give that a fair shot. Okay, so what about me? You said the other ones, the past three videos that I was gonna put on my thoughts channel. I'm just going to do them here. So this is but I'm not going to spend like 15 minutes a piece on here, but I am going to get my thoughts on here. So with that being said, uh, this the you got probably not seen this one. This is the first one. It's just,
When you say take
okay. It probably starts.
When you say take care of,
We gonna start right here. Anyway, this is gonna be we doing it live. Fuck it. Um, the first video is gonna be, and y'all done seen this video a couple times. Let me turn the volume down because it is late, and I don't want to wake up the roommates. Yes, I have roommates. Never been. I've never. I'm not ashamed of having a roommate, but I do have roommates. But anyway, uh, what was I saying? This video, y'all done seen this before. This woman, what do you do when your man has everything and yet it's still not enough? And this is basically the premise of this tonight's conversation. So I'm gonna just play it and then we can get to it.
what do you mean?
He pays all the bills. He take care of the kids. He step in.
Oh yes, how he do that with no ambition?
No, he got money. I want more.
You know what?
He's complacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And
Uh, oh yeah, I paused a couple times. Um,
cooked. When people are walking away from their children, you got somebody at home that is paying your bills. He is taking care of you, and he is taking care of your kids, and you are figuring out, should I leave him? Are you cool?
let's keep it moving.
And it's because they want the ambition to look like what they want it to look like. But his ambition is waking up every day and going to work, waking up every day and showing up for my children, showing up for my home. Like, that's just as ambitious. You know how ambitious you have to be when you are going through depression. Your girl is telling you you need to do more, and then you don't feel like you're good enough, but she don't know the mental and emotional and spiritual battles that you have and how you still trying to show up for your home. That's ambition, baby. Take a moment. Read, I think it's 1 Timothy 5:8. Because what it talks about is a man who neglects his home is the same as a man who denies his faith. This man is taking care of his home. There is faith and grace in that. He is being provisional. He's still leading. So we have to acknowledge that, because if not, you're going to lose that. Like, that's a gem, baby.
I make my own money.
Just keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Ooh.
Right?
And you said he pays. Ooh.
Right?
And you said he pays all the bills,
Yeah.
and you make more money.
Yeah.
There's a reason why me pause it. Again, this is me talking. So
Make more money, and even though your man is showing up for you, you start looking at him for like, why can't you do more?
The fact that this man is covering the bills, even though he knows you make more, let me tell you what he's doing. This man is willing to maybe put things on pause so that you can elevate. Think about it. What you make becomes almost just yours. What you choose to do, you have the freedom to pivot and pivot and pivot. Try this, go to school, because this man is saying, I'm going to sacrifice and take care of the foundational things so that you can have a choice whether or not you want to work or not. And so when you saying that man lacked ambition, I just think it's ambition in a direction you can't recognize.
So one thing I done said is that I'm glad this happened on tonight's conversation, especially from this dude right here. I think his name is Ace. Ace, for most people thinking that he's like a Derrick Jackson type of dude. He really panders to black women. If you're wondering, like, he kind of panders to black women. Um, so usually if someone that panders to black women, they have this idea of calling men dusties, or they always talk about the dusty man. I said so, and a lot of black men don't like that because it's just like, why is it always the dusty man that's you're talking about and all the other people. And I feel like a lot of times they don't specify, like, or it's just like you're putting all this thing into women, like women are special. It's just like you don't give them the same smoke like you would a black man. But it's probably because you pander to women, you you're a little lenient to the women instead of like giving what they really should get, which is the truth. Which is why people call them pandering, grifter, all that, yada yada yada. Niggas still fucking bitches stuff. You know, just like Derrick Jackson. I'm glad this happened on this again. I'm glad this happened on this channel because you're seeing these delusional women on their up close and personal, and you're just like, oh my god, these women do exist. That's why, like, some of my funniest part of this whole tonight's conversation is he's seeing these women doing this, and it's just like, God damn it, how? And he's thinking to himself, how can he still keep his audience while calling this woman delusional? You can tell he's like he's working this shit, but but he also knows it's like, damn, it's like people like you is proving some of the people, some of the men they talking about is right, and it's just like, as a man, you're thinking, damn, I'm paying all the bills, I'm taking care of all the kids, and I have no ambition. It's like, and that's why like the woman's like, is you good in this economy? And this nigga want to do all that. He got money. And it's just like, and you know, she had to tell me that I make more money than he do. It's like, it don't matter. He's paying all the bills. It's like, what is that supposed to? If anything, it makes it even worse. Because he's letting you keep your money. He's not even asking for your money. He was like, I got everything. And this is the shit that most men talking about. And I used to tell people all the time, it's just like most men aren't dusty as hell. Half of the times they make well, we still make more. The average man still makes more than the average woman. The average black man still makes more than the average black woman. Let's just get that out. If you don't go to Median Man got all the fucking numbers. But even then, the average man, hell, the average black man make more than the average white woman. Or we're just like right there on par and par. But that that's neither here nor there. But you got a man that's in this economy, like you said, in this economy, this nigga still want to pay all the bills. He got money. He still want to pay all the bills and all that stuff. She wants to be a homeowner. She didn't say it in here, but if you listen to the full J, she wanted to be a homeowner. Um, and he's just like he's letting you achieve the dream or some shit like that. But she's still working. Some of you women are never satisfied, which is what I get out of this, and I say this all the time. Some of you women are selfish in nature, and you're never satisfied, and that's a problem because it's just like you're just when is like y'all don't know when to relax. Sometimes y'all don't know when to wake up to smell the flowers. Sometimes you don't just appreciate what you've been doing and just like, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, just wake up and smell the flowers or sometimes. Like everything is, if anything, remember the whole joint about the boxes and wires. And, like sometimes as men, even though we work hard and we try to be a protector provider, every once, excuse me, every once in a while you do see us men just wake up and smell the flowers sometimes because we look at the ground. Sometimes we look at our kids having fun and watching them having fun after we done have a long days of work. Sometimes that is what inspires men to go back out there and still protect and provide for their family because their kids can live a good life, the life that they felt like they never lived. That's why we, as most men that wants to see, that wants to have kids, they want to show them, provide. They want to show you like he's a good father. I and like I know this community. Sometimes we focus on the negative so much, and this is what I was talking about in the after party. But you're not going to listen to me. You're not going to hear. Excuse me. You're not going to hear me because my dumb ass didn't check the audio. But I feel like there's a lot of media where we're not seeing more positive images, and I would like to see more positive images of shit. Just, and hell, even positive images of strong black families. Like, I would like to see him. Like, I don't want to see no more. Like, if I want to see sitcoms, I don't want to see a sitcom where it's just a single woman, a single mom. I'm pretty sure this is weird, but I would like to see a sitcom where like the man and woman are in the house and they're both raising the kids. I would like to see where both black men and black women are raising kids, both in the house. We don't get a lot of that. I feel like if we see a lot of that, we will get more solid families. If we see a black man and black woman getting mad at each other and then solving it, just trying to understand each other and working things out, maybe we see more of that. I feel like we had that I say this all the time. I feel like we had that in the 90s. And yet no one ever is like it's like we took that for granted because it's just like, oh yeah, okay, every we're not trying to divorce every dumb fucking thing. It's just, I'm here with you, I'm gonna ride it out with you. I feel like we need to see more of that, but for this right here, I fucking, like I said, I fucking love that this happened on the series because now you're seeing what other men are talking about, and I'm pretty sure he knows, but he has an audience of women to take care of. But it's now you're seeing the delusion that's happened on the delusion of some of these women that they have, that Kevin Samuels was trying to warn people about. And so, let's cut that in. And speaking of Kevin Samuel, right here.
In March of it is their kids.
Okay. Speaking of Kevin Samuels, I saw this video. I wasn't mad or I wasn't mad or triggered, but I was kind of like irritated. Now, I want to start by saying, like, you could have whatever opinion you want about Kevin Samuels. I'm not expecting you to like Kevin Samuels. All right. I think Kevin Samuels knew that the way his approach is, that he's probably not going to be liked by a lot of people, but he still wanted to deliver you the truth. I was looking at the Tip Network. Shout out to the Tip Network. They had Charleston White. Charleston White said something. He was like, Kevin Samuels knew how to speak to like not the ratchet hoes, but the business minded people, the women, the more upper class of women, some shit like that are delusional. Like I said, Kevin Samuels wasn't just like, you came on his show and he gave you your opinion. Black women got mad. And like, now again, anybody that watched Kevin Samuels shit tells you he talked to that about men and women. He was really hard on men, and I know you see him that he blew up being quote unquote hard on black women, but anybody would tell you he was really hard on men. In fact, he was still hard on men. Pause, or harder on men than he was on black women, because he was just like, he's all about the black man's image. Why am I saying that? Because, like I said, I don't care. I'm pretty sure he didn't care if you liked him or not. And so, with that being said, I don't care if you do like him or not. But I feel like you calling him anti-black is real bitch bait. It's in this video. Let me start by saying in this video. It's in this video, and let me just hit play.
I had like people I went to school with that were like becoming Kevin Samuelites going into their 40s. I'm like, nigga, you too old.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels around the time like it got so bad, like their kids our generation that was really on that Kevin Samuels shit because it like created that line to like the Tates of the world and everything. When I seen he died and I seen like what the stream would happen, and when I seen what the online discourse was, I was like, I ain't never seen some of you niggas this broken up about like what are we doing? The clips that I was seeing is some crazy.
It was groups of full-grown men going down the street in marching for this nigga.
I seen like at least 10 to 15 grown-ass niggas just online bawling their eyes out.
His core guiding principle was anti-blackness.
Yes.
Period. And it just so happened, as a black man, he aimed at more black women.
I remember the day he passed on stream.
And I remember we were talking about it. What you said, I'm not gonna say it. But what you said?
What did I say?
You was like that nigga. I think we was. I was trying to be correct.
It's the funny. No. I was literally making my first Manosphere video, and I just finished recording the section on him, and I went in something ugly because I was like, I know he gonna come after me, so I'm gonna just have to go in. It is what it is. And then like literally stop record. I look, this nigga died. And I called him a coon and all kinds of shit. And so I was like, listen, as much as I believe what I said, maybe like having that right after is not a good thing.
Mine was like, I was on stream and I was new to the streaming shit, and I'm still like, the gear is still trying to turn for me. I didn't really know where I was supposed to go. I only knew, nigga, how do me and my niggas get money? We all broke as shit. We all shitty. So bullshit. I hear Kevin Samuels dying. I'm like, hey, bro, y'all gotta chill, you know. Hey, RP to my nigga. This nigga JJ come out of nowhere. That nigga died on a girl. And like, that bitch ass nigga died on a girl. He was like, all that shit that nigga was talking. It's like one of the funniest.
I had like people I went to school with.
Now, again, you ain't gotta like Kevin Samuels. I'm not here to convince you to like Kevin Samuels. I'm pretty sure there's other people saying I'm not here to convince you to like Kevin Samuels. For some of y'all, he wasn't supposed to be liked. He was like, and I do mean that. Not everybody's meant to be liked. You know, so this is not no forgive Kevin Samuels type of shit. This is more or less like I feel like y'all got, to me, it was like a lot of y'all got more smoke to him now that he's dead than when he's alive. And for some reason that irritates me because I was like, y'all couldn't say this shit when he was dead, when he was alive. But now that he's dead, I feel like a lot of y'all are a little bit more bolder. And that seems a little bit strange. Now, that could be me. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all was saying this shit before, but it was just like, y'all saying this shit, like, it seems like y'all say it more when he's dead. And I've seen more people talk about, and there's people that don't like Kevin Samuels. I've seen more people that don't like Kevin Samuels speak more about him than the people that do love him or did like him, that are like him or love him. Speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like more of these dudes, and then the anti-blackness, for me, that was like, okay, you never really watched this shit. And the reason why I say that is because on the first, second, and third thing, he was about a black man's image. His whole channel was based on black man's image. Now, yes, did he blow up on the average at best video? Yes. Like, did he have videos of him chastising black men before like the average at best video? Yes, he did. But he said all that just because he was about the black man's image. He likes the blackness. He even had a story about like where he worked at, and he had nothing but black people on his payroll, and like the people on his payroll was outmaneuvering the white people that was on other people's payrolls and some shit like that. It's a story. It's a long story. I think he said it on Vlad or some shit like that. Um, I barely even remember it, but I remember it was along those lines. And two, he is an image consultant, so he is about your image. So his thing is it's about your perception, how people look at you, how people, especially when it comes to like high value men, they making money. It's just like you want to comfortable, smell good. He was also about the working man because a lot of these women that was on there was shitting on the working man, like the Ebony K. Williams and the whole bus driver thing. And like even like I don't even want to throw Ebony K. Williams. I'm not throwing Ebony. I love Ebony K. Williams, but I'm not throwing her on the bus. But like I told people, it's just like you're shitting on the working man, and it's just like, damn, what the fuck the working man did? And everybody was just like, oh, I remember people was just like, oh, why would a lawyer get with a fucking bus driver? I was like, the nigga got a job with benefits. What the fuck are you talking about? It's just like, and like it pissed a lot of people. Like, and Kevin Samuels is one of those people who's just like, yo, you ain't all that. as much as you think you is. It's just like, and then like the shit that y'all put y'all accomplishments and all the other shit. A lot of these niggas don't really care about that, especially the niggas that you looking for protection and provision. Like they don't care about that because they're going to be the ones making the money. They don't give a fuck about your money. And you try to get with these men, you gotta realize these men gotta want you too. You're not the you gotta be appealing to them. They don't have to be appealing to you because they know that there's only one of them, and then there's millions of y'all. And that's basically what Kevin Samuels was trying to tell a lot of these delusional. Notice I said delusional women because that's who really was being up there. These delusional women, these women that like these women that like they were okay, like you said, average at best. And it's just like these average at best women, and then look, even the average at best girl, she looked greasy. I'm not saying she wasn't cute, but she was just greasy. Where these women, and he was also comparing them to black women or celebrities, when he was like 1 in 10 and don't use 7. He always used to say 8 is Beyonce, 9 is Kelly Rowland, a dark skinned woman, by the way, and 10, even with their forehead, is 10 Rihanna. Even with their biggest forehead, Rihanna is a 10. I want people to realize that that's what he always said. 8 is Beyonce, 9 is Kelly Rowland, and 10, even with their biggest forehead, is Rihanna. So, like, but saying, like I said, saying like, and not to mention that he was doing something with mediocre tutorials. He was before he died. He was about to do something mediocre tutorials reviews, the lead attorney, and Dennis Sperling. 3 black men. Like he was going to do something, and he was setting up with other black entrepreneurs and some shit like that. Don't it's like I feel like a lot of these people like FD Signifier because that's who y'all looking at right now. I don't know the Jam podcast, and again, I don't have beef with these brothers, but it's obviously like um FD Signify, I would look at some of this channel. Uh, uh, a lot of my peoples don't like him. Like Shining Wolf don't. Clarence, aka Shining Wolf, don't like him. I know Sergeant Willie Pete, he don't really like him either. But not really that much about not really much about taste too. He kind of like blames the picture, the whole those misogyny, patriarchy, and all that other stuff. He also panders to women a lot. Panders to women a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I love being black women. I love I love black women. Black women is first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I love being a black woman. Uh, but I'm not also not going to pander, and I also like call out like anything else. I also call out shit. So when I do call out shit, it's not to bash black women, but it is to call out some of the behaviors and some shit like that. I've done that, but I know a lot of people don't like it when I do that. But sometimes the shit needs to be called out. But I've also called out men that also do some toxic shit. I've called out the community doing some toxic shit, and I've gotten in trouble for that too. Like, excuse me, like the Tory Lane shit. I sided with Megan. Excuse me, I sided with Megan, but there was I had to defend a lot of myself because a lot of dudes was on Tory side. It was like free Tory and all that other shit, especially with thinking that he shot Megan in the foot. And I know the whole thing about it may not have been Tory, it was probably Kelsey or some shit like that. And I tell people, I said that doesn't matter. Look at I forget that what he was in jail for, or like the 3 guilty counts. It's just like, oh, this shit might make Tory free. I was like, no, it's not. But I didn't explain that before, so I'm not gonna do that. In conclusion, look, it's one thing not to like the man, but call him anti-black. I think that's where I feel like you guys stepped the line, because that's one of those things where he's not here to defend himself, and I feel like if more people do this, you're going to fuck up a man's legacy that you're just going to fuck up. Okay. Now, I think it was 2 or 3 videos. I always say 2 or 3 videos, but these main 2 videos is the one that I'm going to do. Excuse me, I'm looking for my water. There we go. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Talking a lot. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I do this thing solo, I can feel my throat getting parched. So try to. But I'm. Excuse me. Gotta get this done. Anyway, back to the show. Because there's other stuff I do want to talk about. Let's see where we at. We still good? We still running. Alright, cool. What's the next thing I want to talk about? Normally, I left this alone. The whole thing about the Offset, Stephon Diggs, Cardi B thing. I left all that alone. You know why? Because I feel like this is just low hanging fruit, and this is just a weird situation in itself. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan of Cardi B. I am a fan of Cardi B, but just and I do like Stephon Diggs, but I understood why even she divorced Offset, and I like Offset. I like all these people. So, but these are grown adults. These are rich adults. Let's just say that. This is one of those things where it's just like I'm looking for. Excuse me. Looking for a halt too as I talk about this. So that's what you're hearing in the background. Um, where's this pocket? There we go. Okay. I didn't mind this relationship between her and Stephon Diggs, but it was funny because a lot of people said that a lot of football players said I wouldn't not trust my woman with Stephon Diggs. This was like a long time ago. I think it was on the Vikings. When he was on the Vikings, they said, was there one player that you would not let him date your sister? They all said Stephon Diggs. Now, Stephon Diggs is still my man because he came out the University of Maryland. University of Maryland. Fear the term. Now, with that also being said, I do like Cardi. Like I said, I like Cardi B. I like Offset. Now, yeah, I kind of like. I wish they didn't divorce. All that other stuff. So I kind of left this alone. I was like, all this shit is just like this dilemma right here. It's just rich black people problems. Dominican, black, however you want to call it. Anyway, this rich nigga shit problems. Problems that I will never have. But with that being said, it's like when you see all this shit coming out, and you now that she done broke up with her man, and
wiped
like this.
him from your Instagram. All of the pictures are gone. What happened?
I'm very dramatic.
Cardi.
I'm dramatic. Do you guys not like that?
No.
That's the thing. Like something that to people is a big deal. To me, is not a big deal at the moment. And then it's like, it became something that is not.
Did you archive or did you fully delete?
I just archived.
Oh, okay. I can also see you. You're like sitting there, like smiling as you're.
I did. I was like, and then it's like, okay, we'll see when he notice. He'll notice soon.
Wiped him from your Instagram. All of the.
So again, they broke up, and She was also pregnant with his baby, which also, excuse me, sorry, I left alone. I left all that alone just because, like I said, this is rich nigga shit problems. But this shit was on my chest so much that I felt like I had to get this out. And I love Cardi, but I have to say this: you left being a wife just to be a side chick. I don't think he ever really claimed you as the man. And I say this out of love. I don't think that man ever claimed you to be a main chick because he had other baby mamas there. And I was, I feel like the relationship was just for publicity, not really. It was very of a publicity type of relationship, not really a real type of relationship. Even if he had all his kids there at the Super Bowl and she left and all the other stuff, even though she was at the halftime joint with Bad Bunny and all the other good stuff. And now I don't knock Cardi like other people knock Cardi because I tell people all the time she has a personality and she looks like someone you can have fun being around. I done said that. I done said that many of times about Cardi, and I still stand on that. I was like, she has a personality. That's why she's blowing up so much up where other people tried and she failed. Cardi has a personality, and she's funny. But I also was like, I have to say, to me, this wasn't a good look for her. I know she probably don't care, but this is, and I'm saying this as a Cardi B fan. It's not a good look for her because it's just like, damn, you left being a wife to being a side chick. And I felt like this is something that I don't know if it takes a hit from your legacy because I think a lot of people are still trying to defend it. And I like, but there's something about this that just irked me. It was just like, yeah, you might as well have just been single and then you just had another nigga baby while you were still married to Offset. It's just a lot of that just didn't sit right with me. And it's just like, especially the type of nigga you was dating. And like it just feels real icky. But it was kind of like that from the beginning. I think a lot of people knew that, and not even on her. I feel like the women, the whole thing. I understand being the girl's girl, and even me saying this, I feel like you think I'm letting Offset off the hook. I'm really not, but at the same time, like after the divorce, Offset really didn't do much. It was really just Cardi and them, and it's just like this is decisions Cardi making, and I feel like you dated the same nigga, and then you tried to defend a nigga. I appreciate you trying to defend a nigga, but I also wish you didn't because this is the shit that like a lot of men talk about. I say, I swear to God, y'all give loyalty to the wrong type of niggas. Y'all give a lot of dudes. They're saying this is like, why you giving loyalty to a nigga that's not even loyal to you? And this is not even like no nice guy finished last thing. It's just like sometimes a lot of y'all give y'all loyalty to the wrong niggas that don't deserve it. And then when they do some fucked up shit, y'all want to blame all men. And usually when we see this shit, we go, no. And as men, we going, we not doing that. Cause a lot of, cause you chose that man, and this is the one thing I feel like a lot of people get mad because you chose that man. Eh, he wasn't like this before. I said that's what vetting is about. But even then, like I knew about it. I knew about people saying the shit they were saying about Stephon Diggs before. So why did you ignore it anyway? Which is some of my problems. Just like a lot of people say, "Oh, he wasn't like this." I said bullshit. So most of these niggas got a reputation of being players and disrespecting women, and yet y'all still fuck with them. This is why the whole thing with like Blueface and Krishan got on my fucking nerves because this nigga was a is openly being an asshole to Krishan, and she kept going back to him. And I know a lot of y'all, and I've said this before, a lot of y'all niggas is like that. Y'all maybe not as toxic as Blueface and Krishan, but a lot of y'all people in the black community, their relationship is like that. You're loyal to a nigga that be fucking other business and just disrespecting you, and yet y'all have your loyalties to that nigga. Some of y'all have his name tattooed. I don't know if it's, and it's just like other men have to suffer for this shit. I said, this gonna sound fucked up, but when Blueface went to jail and Krishan was non-existent, I was happy because I felt like I got tired of seeing that toxic shit, and it was just like, why is everybody promoting this toxic shit to the masses? This is like this is not the shit that I feel like we need to see, and they got worse and worse and worse. And I know what you thinking, and if I know what you thinking, you didn't have to see it. I wasn't trying to. It's like I don't follow. I tell people all the time, I don't follow Blueface. I don't follow Krishan. Yet I was seeing it in the media. And then like one time I was you I was working at a live casino. These niggas showed up in my job. So it seems like it was just put up in my face. I was just like, oh my God. Like I couldn't get away from these two if I tried. Because they was literally at my fucking old job. I don't work at live casino no more. But when I was working at live casino, these niggas showed up. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like I felt like they was being forced down our throats. So when he went to jail, I got again, no offense to Blueface. When he went to jail, I was glad because finally got that break that I feel like we needed from him. And then now, like they're trying to force him down the throat again, and I'm like, get me off this ride, please, Lord Jesus, please get me off this ride. But this one right here, I hope now they break up. I hope we don't hear more shit for this. I heard a rumor she was trying to get back with her husband or get back with Offset. Do what you gotta do. I don't care, but for this story too, and I love Cardi, but I hope this is the last time we hear about this dumb shit. I would rather talk about her music, and this is the thing. Like this shit is low hanging fruit to me, so this is probably the first and last time I talk about it. But I'd rather talk about her music than the dumb shit that was scouring the media and all that other shit. Stephon Diggs. I hope I talk about his football career, other than the bitches he's fucking. We should be talking about their music or their football career, not this dumb shit. And I hope this is the last time I hear about this dumb shit. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today. Bear with me, because I felt my voice getting out. But bear with me. This is Rihanna at 37. This is first off, this is about her having ASAP Rocky baby. And this is not even about Rihanna. This is about what I see on internet lately that I feel like this needs to stop. Because I feel like now if you get on the internet, especially on Twitter and especially on threads, there are people race baiting each other. I done said this many of times, like this gender war needs to stop because it's not doing us any favors. And like, when I saw this, and then Keita Rose, she had something to talk about. I don't know if I'm well, I may or may not bring up what she said because it's not. I don't have which, by the way, I didn't have a problem with what she said because she was correct. It's the fact that it was one thing I did disagree on it because I feel like this is just people race baiting. Ever since found out and that there's sometimes some of these black channels or some of these pages they're started by people not even in America, but it's about American culture to which they have this gender war. So now I got this paranoia of people like continuing a gender war for the black agenda, and half the times I'm like, why? And then now that I'm seeing this, I'm seeing like, okay, we're following the pit. There is nothing wrong with Rihanna in this picture, and then yet this person said, this is why I'm wishing men to date younger. Look what happened to Rihanna. I said, you think? First of all, I don't even think this is a bad picture of Rihanna. I still think she looks cute, and yeah, she don't have this baby, so you gonna put on some weight. I'm pretty sure she can lose that anytime. I'm not even worried about that. But why is this? Why is this a thing? What makes you? What make you a grown man want to talk about this? Is he? Is he? Is this person even a rich man? Who the fuck is Volo? Free speech, misogynist, gambler, man. Like, is this even a real person? This is, and I feel like this is what the one is, and then people was talking about this, right? He don't even have a picture. It's a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Like, I think now again, a lot of like I'm pretty sure he puts up not just him, but it's like pages like this that have a lot of race based shit that I see all the fucking time, which gets on my nerves. It's not even just this. It's just like let's go to Threads. Let- Let's just go to Threads. Um, do really do men really like football better than flat total stomachs? Explain like I'm five. Um, uh, just bots. Anyone appreciates a girl with hair with no tattoos? Obviously, just a bot. Um, oh shoot. Usually threats. I guess I don't know. I probably done cleared up my algorithm. Um, I usually call threats rage based system. Cardi B before the money and fame, was she low key fine? And I tell look, I think she cute. Again, I say this all the time. You can see the personality here too. This is like she look like she's very fun to be around. I've always said that about Cardi B. I think I need to fucking clean up my algorithm. Um, damn, I can't even prove my fucking point. I use on it because I guess I didn't clean up my algorithm. I'm gonna be honest with you. Damn, I was hoping I get the improvement point, but I guess I didn't clean up my algorithm, which is good. But this shit used to be race based central. When I tell you like some of the stuff that used to pop up on here is black men doing this, is black women doing this. It's please no porn. There we go. Woman's upset about after a man spent money, he took care of everything, made sure his friends was taken care of, but she wants him to just spend money, then leave her alone. Raise bait central, right? Raise bait. If abortion is legal, then the benefit raise bait stuff. Again, woman goes viral saying straight man shouldn't sleep with a woman if another man is what the fuck are we even talking about? And this is one of the shit that I've been like, yo, what the fuck is he even talking about? Um, his title, and this not even black, but men are lonely because they're insufferable to be around. The first time women in history, women don't need men for material security, while still social pressure. Women only seek a romantic relationship with men for the emotional enrichment those men will bring. We no longer need men. They're competing solely on the basis of the character they feel. That is their fault. That did not feel it. Again, a lot of this shit is just race bait. And usually when people say like women when they always say women don't need men, we go back to the survivor thing. And even like there was an island, like it was like for whoop. Let's hope no one saw that. Get off of Twitter. Twitter get you Twitter get you canceled. Um I'm gonna just leave it here. Anyway, what was I saying? I've seen it like I feel like and I say this alongside this gender war shit needs to end. Especially in a time where we need each other. But we shouldn't be complaining or nothing. You hear about the 50-50, the bringing to the table, all that shit is really stupid because I feel like I'm not even having these type of conversations in real life. I'm not having none of these type of conversations. So why are we having it here and why are we fighting each other? Even though some of the panels and like some of the panels that I've done watch is just like you're put there for 6 hours and you just arguing with each other for what? Just entertainment and some shit like that. What are we going to a solution? And this is what I was talking about on the after party. I'll say it here. It's just like yo, and I've been saying this for a long time. I'm done with all that like that all this stupid shit. We need to find a way to get to a solution now. Excuse me. I was like, I feel like we just like legitimately. It was like we need each other the most in this era, especially black men and black women. And I'm speaking solely on the black men and black women. We need each other more than ever. We really do. All right. And I say this not once. Need. We need each other. Not no want. We need. Black black women, we always need each other. As a black man saying, I always need a black woman. Like I even say to this day, like I want to marry a black woman. I say it all the fucking time. I want to marry a black. I really would love to marry a black woman, right? And it's like because we need each other. It's like no one gonna understand me and my pain like a black woman do. It's like we, and I feel like it's vice versa. It's just like you see this, you thinking, do we love each other? I do think we love each other. We just get on each other's nerves and shit. I do think we get on each other's nerves. But at the same time, I do feel like there is love there. We just need to show the love there. I think even in the media, we need to show much more black love and black. It's like hell, even if we're like arguing like this, we can come together and just goes, "I love you, black woman," and you can say, "I love you, black man." Let us have conversations where, like, hey, you seeing us be civil with each other and not screaming at each other's throat. And like, I feel like there's so much hate built into each of us that that shit needs to be exonerated. It's just exonerated. Like I've had different opinion. I've had even the people on my show. I had women with different opinions on here. I still show them love. And the one thing I always make sure is that everybody gets a chance to speak. I've had black women on here. I've had gay men on here. And I had people who very strongly, I think, have had conservatives on here. I'm pretty sure. I think D Wolf's a conservative. I let D Wolf speak. D Wolf got rabbit holes. Shout out to D Wolf. I make sure everybody here has a chance to speak their piece on here, because even when the final thoughts, it's just like, say what you want to say. It's just anything that's on your chest, just say it. These are the things that I feel like we need to look at each other. It's just like, let's get back to loving each other. And that's that's the bottom line of this whole thing. Black men, black women, especially. Let's get back to loving each other. All right? And I'm actually going to end it here. I would like to thank me fucking up so I can get all this shit done. I still got to chop up the after party shit, but we gonna get to that. But shout out to Fada, shout out to Dion, shout out to Crystal, shout out to D Will, shout out to Shining Wolf, shout out to everybody that's been on my shout out to everybody that's been on my podcast. Shout out to the people that I fuck as hell. Even First Black Ginger, we don't talk no more, but shout out to him. Shout out to other people that I done had fell out with. It's just like, I still love you. We don't talk no more, but I still love y'all. Shout out to some of the women that misunderstood me, and I still love y'all. I'm always love you. I'm always here. But you know, I feel like, and this is really the bottom line, a lot of this stuff could be solved with a conversation. And I do mean that. It's like most of our gripes, it starts with a conversation, but I also was like, feel like we don't need to come to these conversations with swords and shields, just open arms and understanding. Let's not fight each other and love each other. And that's where I'm going to end it. I would like to thank y'all for listening to hear me talk my shit again. This is, let me just say podcast. And I'm signing out. Peace.